considering everything that's happening, we're going to shit. And as much as people want
they
to
hated the mean tweets. They got mad. They got what they wanted, and now I saw an article where they're blaming Trump for Biden being in office now.
Well, no, I wouldn't blame Trump for Biden being in office, but I do blame the Democrats for hating Trump and choosing someone like Biden just to get Trump out of office.
And facts. And the thing is I don't. This is what I tell people. Look, I used to be conservative. First, I was raised a liberal Democrat. I was raised that way. And then I owned a business. I'm like, wait a minute. Why did I make more money with a Republican in office? Then I became a conservative, but I don't have a conservative lifestyle. Yeah. So I say I'm American. There's American and non-American. I don't want to say I'm conservative, but I do vote right because I'm a capitalist. I believe in capital opportunity, free enterprise, lower taxes for individuals, whatever. Yeah. The point is that moderate Democrats, they're not liking because the far left, the socialist mindset is where the cabinet administration's going. Yeah. Moderate Democrats aren't on board with that. They were like, look, Bill Clinton, okay, whatever, and Hillary, whoa. Whoa. But see, the Clintons are the biggest hitmen in the world. I shouldn't say this because I might not live, but the Clintons are the biggest mob. Anybody that goes against the Clintons is dead. Do you know this, right?
No.
Go Epstein. Anybody that has anything on the Clintons, on Hillary or Bill, they're all dead.
No.
Go look it up.
Because I'm super into politics. I just don't like talking about it because it pisses me off.
So here's my point. You take a moderate
Send me videos.
Yeah, you take a moderate Democrat.
Yeah.
You say, okay, I don't agree with the policies, but they're moderate. They're not cray-cray.
Okay.
Now you got the socialists that are way over there. We want everybody to make the same money. It's like, what? You're telling me that if I don't work, I can make the same amount of money as Elon? Okay, I'm going to do shit. Okay, but here's my point. And then you got the far, far, far right extremists, right? It's like, okay, but the point is this: the Democrats now, the moderate Democrats are like, whoa, we don't like what's going on with Joe Biden's cabinetry, right? And then the other issue, which we can get into, is the LGBTQ community. Now they're separating. Because the gay people are like, dude, we're not down for what the trans people are doing right now. So now they got a war. So over here, here's what you got. You ready? You got the alphabet kids. They're separating the alphabet. They got a war. I'm just being honest. They got a war going on. Then the socialists and the Democrats got a war going on. And then the Republicans and the conservatives have the war. And then within the red pill space where I'm at, now you've got the war within a war. Everybody's at war, right? Ben Shapiro doesn't agree with Myron, Fresh and Fit. Patrick Bet-David doesn't agree with what Andrew Tate says, or Andrew Tate and Joe Rogan and me and Rollo Tomasi, Michael. We all don't agree 100%, but now there's this infighting where the circle's splitting. Like, for example, Myron said, I tell men the same thing. Wait till you're 35 to 40 to get married as a man, not as a woman. Woman 20s, great, whatever. And then Ben Shapiro was like, oh, what's he talking about? You live in a little encapsulated, and I love Ben Shapiro. I think he's a phenomenal, intelligent man. But he lives in a little encapsulated bubble in the Jewish community. They're insulated from all the shit that's going on out here. And so their marriages last longer, which is great. This is what it's supposed to do. But men don't reach their marketplace value peak until they're 35. Then their income starts coming. I say, wait, he's against that. And then Patrick Bet-David gets on there and says, oh, I was talking to this podcaster who makes $35 million. He's like, don't get married. He's like, oh, relationships and children. It's like, you can still have children and not be legally married, Patrick. Yeah. So there's this little influx of too conservative. And my point being, look at Steven Crowder. He's going through a divorce now.
Who's that?
Steven Crowder is changed my mind. The guy.
Oh yes, I love him.
So he was going to be on DW. What is it? It's a Daily Wire with Matt Walsh, super conservative.
Yeah, like him.
I just mentioned Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
Daily Wire, right?
Yeah.
Very very conservative dudes, right?
Yeah, I've seen them.
And they were talking about bringing Steven Crowder on possibly back at the time, but then now he's going through a divorce. Right. And so now it's like, you see, so there's this far right. Right. So now you got the conservatives fighting with the red pill guys and red pill. And then you got the Democrats, and then you got the alphabet soup kids fighting with each other. And then you got the crazies where it's like, you see them at protests screaming. And here's the worst part. I know we're almost done. You ready for this?
Yeah.
And again, I love all people.
I hate all people.
Well, see, I don't hate anyone.
I hate everybody.
I dislike everybody.
You know, it's
but
crazy.
Here, hold on.
I've heard so many people call me racist, and I'm like, I'm not racist. I just hate everybody equally.
How'd you like the NAACP came after me and said I was racist when I'm half black because I told them I was biracial on a podcast that I had. I used to have a conservative podcast that got shadow banned because I told them, I said, stop acting like a plantation black and be an American black. Stop using your color as a victim excuse for you not moving forward in life and blaming white people for the lack of your success.
I like that.
It has nothing to do with it.
I like that, but I can see where people, because it's such a sensitive thing to call somebody. Like, I mean, nowadays.
Well, they call me Uncle Tom.
But Uncle Tom isn't as offensive as calling a black person black. Because I literally, like people have put me down. I said the word black to this lady, and she fucking flipped out on me at a gas station.
Don't ever call me African American. I'm black and white.
Yeah.
Okay. Obama was not the first black president. He was the first biracial president.
Biracial, right?
He's black,
right?
So
which is because you can claim them. But they want to be able to claim.
Right, but and here's the thing: black people have more privilege than white people. They have affirmative action.
I've said that before, and I get hated.
Well, good. Let them hate me. Let them hate me. Let them hate me. I'll tell them because now I'm going to be racist because you're biracial. Yeah. I don't. It's like you're black. No, I'm biracial.
Because you could pull the black card. White people can't, but white people have white privilege.
That's why I'm black and white, best of both.
Yeah.
I'm on both sides. I went to school where I wasn't black enough. Mm-hmm. I went to school where I wasn't white enough. So I have experienced racism. Yes, black people can be racist.
Yes.
I've experienced racism on both sides.
To be fair, I think black people are the most racist out of everybody. Because why are they allowed to talk so much shit about white people, but at the same time we can't say shit about them?
You know what I'll say?
What?
To that, I agree 100%. Mm-hmm. And the problem is now everybody's getting pissed off.
Yeah.
And it's internal victimization of themselves. It's like, look.
The victimization is what's causing more racism in the world.
Yeah,
because it's like the whole like.
Do you know that one of the biggest slave owners and the first slave owners in America was black?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And do you know that the Africans sold Africans to white Europeans?
I am clipping that one. Are you serious? I didn't know that.
And so some of the even after slavery was abolished, some blacks still owned slaves.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
So and then not all blacks in America were slaves. 10% in the North were not. They were free because the North was free. Yeah. Right. The South, where the slavery was Democrat. KKK was Democrat.
Mind blown. Shut the fuck up.
Jim Crow laws were Democrat.
I did not know that.
Lyndon B. Johnson came in and twisted everybody's mind around and sold everybody a bill of goods to convince black people that Democrats actually like him. But when you go back and look at all the presidents who were Republican and the laws and the bills that they put in action, even Donald Trump, the historical black college universities, he extended funding for them and got them more money. Obama let it run out. Democrats tell you that to get their vote. So here's what's happening. Hispanics and blacks have gone, wait a minute. We got sold a bill of goods. You know who the Democrats have left?
Who?
Transgender, gays, and feminists. And here's the worst part. The feminists are trying to get transgender women to compete in women's sports. And now they're supporting men, and they're actually hurting women because you're putting a man. So feminists are actually backwards now. You see what I'm saying? See what's happening?
Yes, yeah.
And again, here's the thing. If I came into a woman's sport, now I'm older, but in my prime, I got an advantage. I have bigger bone density, more testosterone, I'm stronger.
Everything.
Now, if I say, all of a sudden, I don't need no document. I say, I identify as a woman. And they say, okay, you can compete in women's sports.
Then I'm like, can I identify as a special needs kid and just go and like run a special needs kid fucking marathon? And then all of a sudden I'm like, I identify as a special needs, bro.
That's where we're going. And so I said, okay, then I identify as a tax exempt citizen.
I identify as a fucking
frog, right?
Like,
Do you see the irony in this?
Yeah.
You're trying to support women, but yet you're for putting transgender women in a biological man in women's sports.
Yeah.
And as a feminist, now you're hurting the women that you're supposed to be supporting.
Right.